Hi guys, 18dap here and welcome to this video. Before we make a start on it, I've got a quick announcement. I've been lucky enough to be selected to play for the Evestrust Legends charity game Doncaster Rovers against Sheffield Wednesday on the 7th of May 2022 at the Eco Power Stadium. A big thank you to C&K Decorators for their sponsorship so far, and donations are greatly appreciated. Link in the description down below for C&K Decorators socials and the donation page as well. And tickets are available, so please get in touch on my socials for more information on that. And with that being said, let's get on with today's video. Hi guys, welcome to this match preview for Tuesday night's fixture. It's Lincoln against Doncaster Rovers at the LNER Stadium. It's a rearranged fixture and it's one that I'm not looking forward to, but if you are an existing subscriber, thank you for sticking around through this very tough, difficult season. Thank you for the support on the channel. We've just broken 2,500 subscribers, so a big thank you to each and every one of you. If this video has brought you to the channel, please consider clicking subscribe so you don't miss any future content. If you are new to the channel, this is the format that we go through match previews. We'll look at the previous meetings between the two clubs, current form across all competitions. I choose a Doncaster Rovers player to say a few words about. I choose the opponent's one to watch. I think we all know who that's going to be in this one. And then we round the video off with three predictions. I've got the predicted team lineup thanks to FanHub. Me and the family do a predictions league table. We predict the scoreline for every league game this season, so there's an update on that. And then we finish the video off with a score prediction at the very end. So without further ado, let's get into previous meetings between Doncaster and Lincoln. Now, Donny and Lincoln, we've faced off a total of 117 times in our history. Rovers coming out on top on 38 occasions, Lincoln winning 47, so edged in Lincoln's favour in this one, and we've shared the spoils on 32 occasions. But although across our whole history it's edged in Lincoln's favour, looking back at the last five, it's very much positive for Doncaster with 4 wins and a draw in our last 5 meetings. So going back to 2019 August in League One, a 2-1 win at the Keepmoat Stadium, and then a 3-1 win in the Papa John's Trophy, or the League Cup Trophy, and then in 2020 at the Keepmoat again a 1-0 win, and then in the return fixture a 1-0 win at the LNER Stadium, and then earlier this season it was a 0-0 draw at the Keepmoat. So it's been positive over the last 5 or so meetings, but I can't see it being positive on Tuesday night with our form. And I say that because going into our form, we come into this one with a win, a defeat, a win, and then off the back of 2 straight defeats and a pretty heavy one on Saturday as well. Whereas Lincoln, a little inconsistent, but they've got better form coming into this one with 2 wins in their last 5, 2 defeats, and then a well-respectable draw on Saturday. But on Doncaster, it's been the same old story all season. 1 good half, 1 dreadful one, and it was the same down at Fratton Park on Saturday. Unfortunately, we were arguably the better team in the first 45 from what I've been told and from what I've heard on social media and what have you. I didn't watch any of the game, but from what I've been told and what I've seen and read, we were the better team in the first 45 and just didn't put our chances away. But whatever was said in the dressing room, in both dressing rooms really, whatever Gary McSheffrey said to our players didn't sink in, or it didn't work. I don't think he's told them to come out and get absolutely battered, but what Danny said to the Pompey players is obviously put a rocket up their backside, and he's got a response from them in the second half, and what a response, because they came out and absolutely demolished us, 4-0, and the Rovers put little to no fight up against it, unfortunately. And it's a tough one to take because I can see League Two coming closer and closer. We keep on getting a little glimmer of hope with results against MK Dons and Sunderland over recent weeks. So we're showing that we've got the ability to beat teams that are up at the top end of the table. But then we just put in performances like against Rotherham, getting beat 5-0, against Portsmouth, getting beat 4-0, and this is nothing new. It's nothing that Gary McSheffrey is doing. It happened with Richie Wellens earlier in the season with 6-0 against Rotherham, 6-0 against Ipswich, 4-0 at Charlton. So it's been a horrible, horrible season to watch as a Rovers fan, and I just think the players seem to be lacking interest at the minute. I can't see any sort of fight or desire to actually get out of this situation, which is really disheartening as a fan watching your club just sleepwalk into the league below. And I think at the end of this season, wherever we are, an investigation needs to happen at the club, and some accountability and some clarity on where it's gone wrong over the last 12 to 18 months, because it's been absolutely shocking. There's no two ways about it. Since Darren Moore left, I think the rot had set in before then, to be honest. But since then, Andy Butler had an impossible task and it didn't do too well. Then Richie Wellens came in. There was a little bit of a split fan base on that, and the recruitment clearly wasn't good enough. And it seemed to rock the boat a little bit from an outsider looking in. Didn't get the response from the players, didn't get the results, and the same's happening with Gary McSheffrey. So I think some sort of clarity and accountability needs to come at the end of this season, because if not, we're going to lose a generation of fans, in my opinion. And results on the pitch, it's the bread and butter, and we're just not getting them at the minute, and it's switching a lot of people in Doncaster off, unfortunately. But hopefully on Tuesday night we get this derailed train back on the tracks with a result at Lincoln. But at the minute, I just can't see it. I can't see it because Lincoln had a bit of a turn in form recently, and it's provided them with a little bit of breathing space from the bottom four. They're not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination, so they'll be wanting to continue adding points to their total at every opportunity. And coming up against Doncaster, who've just been tonked 4-0 and recently 5-0, is a great opportunity to add points to your tally. Lincoln, they've shown their ability against teams with a win against Plymouth recently and a very hard-fought draw 1-1 against Wickham, who were a very good team at this level. So Lincoln's showing that they've got the ability also, as well as Donny, to go toe-to-toe with teams towards the top end of the table. But, as I said, games against Doncaster are the ones that pretty much every team will be wanting to win, to pull clear of that bottom four, and this is definitely one of them. Moving on to player profile for this one, I have chosen Ben Jackson, one of our newer additions in January. He got pulled off against Portsmouth at the weekend. I think that was to protect him from a bit of grief that he was getting. So I don't know if he'll be in the starting 11 against Lincoln. I think McSheffrey either protect him or rest him. He has played a number of games over Saturday, Tuesday, so it might just be blowing a little bit, who knows. But at 20 years old, you shouldn't be, to be fair. But he's coming at left back, competition for Brandon Horton, previous clubs of Huddersfield, Darlington, Stockport, Bolton and Doncaster. And then career appearances, 36 with 2 career goals. He's impressed me from what I've seen over the first couple of games that I've seen him. I think he's fairly solid defensively. I don't know what's happened on Saturday, to be honest, without watching extended highlights or something like that. Maybe it's just an off day in that second 45. But from what I've seen, he's looked pretty decent defensively and likes to get forward as well. So hopefully we can steady the ship and see what Ben Jackson's all about as the season goes on. And who knows, there's still plenty of points to play for. So welcome to the club, Ben. Hopefully you provide us with something to cheer about coming up to the end of the season. On to the opponent's one to watch. So as I always say, you guys know your club much better than what I do if you're a Lincoln fan watching. So if there's somebody else who Rovers fans should be watching out for, please, in the comments down below, let me know. But for me, I've gone with, we know him all too well, John Marquis. Joined in January. We were potentially looking at him. I'm not sure if that was just rumours or if there was any truth behind it. I'd take him back tomorrow. I'd literally drive him back to Doncaster, and got a spare room, he can stay there. But Lincoln got a fantastic striker on your hands. Donny fans know him all too well, and in his first 5 appearances for Lincoln, he scored 3. Not yet assisted, but his work rate is second to none. He chucks the toys out of the pram sometimes, and I think that's what got Donny Rovers fans' backs up when he was here. But you don't know how good you've got it until it's gone, I'm afraid. I was a big supporter of John, and I thought his work rate was second to none when he played for us. I don't know if he'd do so as well as what he did when he was first with us now, because I don't think we're creative enough, whereas Lincoln have got plenty of players who can create those chances for him, and he'll always be in the right place at the right time. So I think on Tuesday night he could cause us some serious harm if we don't keep on top of him and prevent the chances coming into him. So for me, one to watch for Lincoln on Tuesday, John Marquis, guaranteed to score past us. On to my predicted team lineup. This is thanks to FanHub. If you've not got the app yet, please go ahead and download it. Plenty of features to get your teeth stuck into, and they're wanting to repay the fans for their support, so keep an eye on their socials and everything like that for updates. But the app is fantastic. I've downloaded it and I put my predicted team lineup in every single week, and for this week's fixture against Lincoln I have gone with a few changes. Mitchell out of goal. I've put Louis Jones back in. Mitchell, don't think he's done too much wrong, to be fair, but you can't concede 4 and 5 and retain your spot, in my opinion. I think Louis got to have another opportunity to grab that number 1 spot back. Back 4 of Noyle, Younger, Alowu and Horton. Taking Jackson out, put Horton in. I think Jackson will probably be rested on Tuesday night, but we will see. A midfield 3 of Clayton, Smith and Rowe. I think Clayton should be much closer to match fitness now than what he has been, so I'd like to see him get an opportunity in the midfield. And then a front 3 of Odebeku, Martin and Griffiths up top on his own. So that's my predicted team lineup for the Tuesday night fixture against Lincoln. On to the Predictions League table. So as I said at the start of the video, me and the family predict the scoreline for every single league game this season. If we get it spot on, we get 3 points. If we get the outcome right but not the scoreline, we get 1 point. If we get it completely wrong, we get no points. And the family were pretty positive going down to Fratton Park, so we've not been beaten there since 2011, and what a way to get beaten, 4-0. So 2 of the family members went with a draw, and 2 went with wins, so no change in the table this time. Dad remains top on 21 points, I'm second on 20, Max in third on 16 and Chris on the bottom on 14 points. So we will see what their predictions are for Tuesday and see if there's any change in the table. And that takes me on to my score prediction for this fixture, and the positivity from me after predicting a 2-1 win has gone. The away form's not been great all season. Lincoln's home form isn't all that good either, but I just think our confidence will have been taking hit after hit after hit. New players coming in, the atmosphere just doesn't seem to have changed, and the results aren't changing, unfortunately. So all I can see is another defeat coming our way on the road. I don't think it's going to be as heavy as Saturday, but I don't think it's going to be a pleasant defeat. I'm going with Lincoln 3, Donny 0. Hate to say it, but we have been very poor all season. I can't see us getting a point this week against Lincoln or Sheffield Wednesday. Probably not even Accrington. Maybe Wimbledon away, but that's a bit of a bogey team. So February is a very tough month, but for this one, Lincoln 3, Rovers 0. And that's where I'm going to leave this video. If you've enjoyed it, please stick a big thumbs up on it for us, please. Comments in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.